Heavy fighting is continuing in the northern Syrian city of Aleppo after Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces, or SDF, fighters refuse to withdraw under a government-declared ceasefire. Aleppo's emergency chief, Mohammed al-Rajab, told Al Jazeera Arabic that 162,000 people have fled the Ashrafiyeh and Sheikh Maqsoud neighborhoods as clashes intensified. A Syrian military source also told Al Jazeera Arabic that government forces are making progress in Sheikh Maqsoud and now control 55% of the area. Syria's state news agency Sana reported that the army arrested several SDF members after a deadline for Kurdish fighters to leave the district expired on Friday evening. The ceasefire had been announced earlier by Syria's Ministry of Defense after 3 days of clashes linked to a stalled deal to integrate the SDF into the national army. Damascus had given Kurdish forces 6 hours to withdraw to northeast Syria, but Kurdish local councils rejected what they called a surrender and vowed to defend areas they have controlled since the early days of the war. The army later warned residents to evacuate through a humanitarian corridor before renewing strikes. The SDF posted videos on X showing damage to Khaled Fajr Hospital, accusing government-aligned forces of a war crime. The Defense Ministry, in a statement carried by Sana, said the building was being used as a weapons depot. The Syrian army says 3 soldiers were killed and 12 wounded in SDF attacks. It also accused Kurdish fighters of killing local youths who refused to join them. The SDF denied this, calling the claims disinformation in a post on X. At least 22 people have been killed and 173 wounded since fighting began on Tuesday. Syria's civil defense director told state media that 159,000 people have now been displaced. The clashes highlight deep tensions over the future of Kurdish forces in Syria. An integration agreement signed last year has seen little progress, according to Damascus. Amid the violence, Syria's President Ahmed al-Sharaa spoke by phone with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, saying he was determined to end what he called the illegal armed presence in Aleppo. According to a statement from the Syrian presidency, Turkey's defense minister Yasar Gula welcomed the operation, saying Ankara views Syria's security as its own. President al-Sharaa also spoke with Iraqi Kurdish leader Masoud Barzani, saying Kurds are a fundamental part of Syria, according to the presidency. The United Nations has voiced concern. UN spokesman Stefani Dujarric, speaking on behalf of Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, said the UN was gravely worried and urged all sides to return to negotiations.
Syria, I can tell you that we continue to be gravely alarmed by the hostilities in Aleppo. Despite ongoing efforts to try to calm the fighting, the dangers of renewed and further escalation and the impact on civilians are extremely concerning. We underscore that all parties are bound by international humanitarian law to protect civilians and civilian infrastructure at all times, and we urge all to avoid further escalation. We urge them to demonstrate restraint and take concrete steps to prevent any additional civilian casualties. We call on all parties to show genuine flexibility and good faith and to swiftly return to negotiations to ensure the full implementation of the March 10th agreement.
France's foreign ministry said it is working with the United States to calm tensions, while President Emmanuel Macron urged al-Sharaa to exercise restraint during a call on Thursday. For now, civilians continue to flee as fighting shows no sign of slowing.